think we're live. If not, forgive me. Oh yes, I think we are. We are finally live. I finally figured it out. Serious technical difficulties. Trying to figure out how to display pictures while doing a stream. It's pretty complicated stuff, you know. But I'm here. I'm up for it. I have a cold. So please forgive me if I get a little snotty. It's not me crying from these ads, but it's the cold exiting my body through my nose, as it so often does. And my radio-like announcer voice, you're welcome for that. But first, before we start, actually, no, wait, I'm going to wait a little bit. First, I'm going to try and drum up some troops here. I'm hoping they're going to hop on here and join the program. Let us see here. I will share this thing, which I encourage you to do as well. If you're watching live, feel free to share it. And, you know, subscribe if you're liking what you're hearing. I know I haven't really gotten into the meat of it yet, but this is going to be a roast of sorts. More of a roast of people who like to post various things with high expectations. This first one that you're seeing right now as I'm doing this intro, I wouldn't say this person's like delusional, but they are, I think, asking way too much for what they're selling. But we'll get into that. Don't worry. We're going to get into that. Just spreading the word here as we go. And hopefully in a few moments. Spinna, you're here. Where's your ad read? You want your ad read? It's coming up. I haven't done it yet. I was waiting for you specifically. All right? I was waiting. But first I have to say the like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so that you find out when I'm going live. I missed my last live stream because, again, this cold. And I apologize for that for my 2 viewers that aren't actually playing in game. I got the bell. Thank you. It's I installed it last week. But yeah, hit the bell, give it a dingle. And yeah, I missed my last stream out because I was sick. And yeah, the 2 of you who aren't in the game and watch, my apologies. But I am doing this one. I might still be behind with the server for the gaming one, but without further ado, let's hear let's hear from our sponsor, shall we? Yeah, exactly. Rogers, they were responsible for the other stream not happening, not my sickness. I'll blame it all on Rogers. For anyone in the States who is not aware, Rogers shut down half of Canada. And by half of Canada, I mean most of Canada. Let's see here. I gotta find the ad now. The advertisement. Yes, here we go. First, a word from our sponsors. Today's video is sponsored by Wade Shadow Legends, one of the biggest mobile WoW playing games of 2019, and it's totally free. Currently, almost 10 million users have joined Wade over the last 6 months, and it's one of the most impressive games in its class. And that class is stupid. Let's see. With detailed models, environments, and smooth 60 frames per second animations. All the champions in the game can be customized with unique gear that changes your strategic buffs and abilities. The dungeon bosses have some ridiculous skills of their own, and figuring out the perfect party and strategy to overtake them is a lot of fun. Currently, with over 300,000 reviews, Wade has almost perfect score on the Play Store. The community is growing fast, and the highly anticipated new faction Walls feature is now live. You might even find my squad out there. In the arena, it's easier and start now than ever with what's programmed for new players and new daily reward for the first 90 days that you play in the game. So, what are you waiting for? Go to the video description, click the special links, and you'll get 50,000 I can't even read these. Sivu. And a free epic champion as part of the new player program to start your new journey. Good luck, and I'll see you there. Because everybody plays that game. Everybody who says that they love it and is sponsored by it, they're out there playing that game 24/7. But yes, there's our word from our sponsors. And now, on to the good stuff. These ads, which are absolutely brilliant. You can even see my mouse there, chucking across the screen. But yes, first of all, let's look here. This EVGA GTX 980 super clocked. This card is a Brazilian years old, and this person wants $300 for it. That would be a hard no from me. That card is not worth $300. That card is worth maybe the copper in that water block. You know, he still has the original air cooler, which is nice because you can put that on if you don't have a water loop. And if you have a water loop and you're buying a 980, I have serious questions about your sanity, because the 980 in 2022 is a... There's no way of saying it. It's a load of garbage. All right. A 2060 will take it. Super easy. There are many cards out there. You can get a 1660 Super for like, I don't know, around 300 now. Especially used ones. Like you can get used, like, you can get a used 3060 like Ti for like 500-ish bucks. So, and some people are selling stuff like that for even cheaper. So this, for like a card that's from what, 2015, 2016? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think 2015. I think that's when Maxwell came out. From 2015. So 7 years old. Probably has no driver support anymore. Struggles in probably any and every game because 4 gigabytes of VRAM is not good for almost anything, except for like maybe you're gaming at 720p. It has a water block on it, which isn't really that big of a benefit because it doesn't unlock really much performance. But yeah, I would say that card is almost good for nothing. And yeah, 300, you're dreaming. I would say maybe 150. 300 would be like a nice price right now for a 1080 or 1070 Ti. 300. Actually, 1080, 300 would be almost too expensive. Water block. Yes. Should I just read it with Homestar Runner's voice? The water block on this quad is great for making it cool. But, yeah, I would not go with that. But here's another beaut. All right. We've got a 3080 non-LHR. Ooh, thank you, sir. For $2,000. It's down from $2,100, so you know you're getting a deal. All right? You're getting a deal with this one. $2,100. And it's non-LHR, which is a big deal because it's not like there has been a low hash rate unlock for hash rate lock cards for the past month or two. Not like that exists. Oh, wait. Yes, it does. So non-LHR does not make any difference here. And the best part is the details on this. Used like new. Okay, good. Good for you. Only a few weeks old. Excellent condition. Looking for $2,000. Price is firm. We'll see how firm that price is in 2 months when you have not sold it. It's true. Full hash rate is more rare. Spin it. I'll agree with you there. So maybe it is a bit of a collectible. You know, it does have, I think this is one of those Alienware ones or Dell ones with the green PCB. You know, you don't get a lot of those green PCB ones out there anymore. So, you know, it is quite rare. I will agree with you. 50 years from now, yeah. Who knows? It'll probably be impossible to use. And yeah, first edition Charizard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it'll be like a first edition Charizard, but we'll see. But yeah, 2000? No, especially when you can get a 3080. I think there's a gigabyte 3080 Vision that you can get right now from Canada Computers. They're sitting in stock for $880. A full hash rate Charizard is actually quite rare, I will admit. But it has terrible thermals, so you're not going to want to use that for mining. Full hash rate Charizards are terrible for mining, all right? The worst. This next one, I'm assuming this one is a 3090 or maybe a 3090 Ti. I'm hoping it's one of those two, because if it's not, $3,500 for any EVGA card is an absolute ripoff. Like, you can get 3090 Ti's from them. I think they had them for like 1,800 US. And let me do a quick little check here. What's 1,800 US dollars in Canadian? Because this is Canadian funds. All right. So let's see, $1,800 in Canadian monies is $343. All right, so 2,343. 2,343. Let's see, 2,343 times 1.13 to get our taxes in there. That is $2,650 for a 3090 Ti. All right, shipping, sure, maybe you're gonna pay all that, but after it's all said and done, you're gonna be well under $3,000, and you can get it directly from EVGA and not wrapped up in this guy's sketchy sheets. All right, so I would rather get an EVGA card from Jacob's sheets, all right, from EVGA, rather than this guy's sheets from Kitchener, Ontario. All right, no offense to your sheets, all right, they look comfy, but I don't want a graphics card from them. They are actually relatively clean. I'm not gonna lie. All right, there's no pet hair on them, which is a good sign, you know. This is a good one. At least he's honest, all right? There's bent pins. You might not have noticed it if he wouldn't have mentioned it, but there are a few bent pins here. And also, there looks to be a few around this area that have been broken off completely. So, this basically is a dead piece of silicon. Yeah, look at these pins. You know, they're like, you know, if there's like ones that are bent, you can bend them back. I'm very curious, like, what happened here. And my guess is what happened with this guy is they probably had their cooler sticking on this, and they tried to pull their cooler off directly, Or you know what? Charizard might have gotten to it. I'll give you that much. Charizard might have gotten to it. But most likely that thermal paste was sticking to the cold plate on that on the cooler, and he probably ripped that thing out. These things have been known to come out. So when you are taking your cooler off of your AM4 processor, be careful. Wiggle it nice and gently. Don't give her a good old yank out or twist or whatever. Just be gentle with it, and work it until it comes free. And then you don't have to worry about, broken pins here and bent pins and mangled pins. I have a feeling like something happened to it, and then like some of these are like frustration bent pins. Nice. Good thing you didn't mess that up. But yeah, it is kind of weird how they don't pull out like that. Something you don't have to worry about with Intel or the new AM5 socket, because there's going to be that metal clip that holds it in on the LGA socket, right? So one of the issues with PGAs, aside from the tour, that PGA was, they would come out. Yeah, the thermal paste can form a vacuum, especially if you have like a concave or convex, but it just, even like, it sticks, and because there is a seal around the outside, it is, I guess it is kind of like a vacuum yeah, we'll go with vacuum. I think that's probably the best way to describe it. Is it basically suctions on there and it seals it on there with the thermal paste. Unless you did a terrible job putting thermal paste on, and then you don't have to worry about it at all. You'll just have a burnt up CPU because it's been overheating like crazy. But you won't bend pins or pull it out of the socket, so you'll be good to go. But yeah, $60, I would be like, that there is like maybe worth the novelty. Or if you like are really courageous and you're like, hey, I've got a lot of extra pins hanging around that I'm gonna try and solder in, and you can maybe solder some in. But that just looks like a real big nightmare to try. You wouldn't even be able to put that in as is. I know, and I'd be very like, some of these ones that look bent and broken off, there's like little nubs left too. Like unless you desolder them and pull them out, you might not even be able to get it sit properly on the AM4 socket. But yeah, 1800X, not really a great CPU even to buy right now. I would maybe pay $60 for a pristine, or $60 for a pristine 1800X, not one with bent pins. That's at least he says bent pins. He's not trying to like show the top of the CPU and like it's in perfect condition. Oh, here's a good one. This is actually a decent price on the Strix, but yeah, $60 for one that still exists. But I'm gonna zoom into this guy, and we're gonna, can I shift it over? Oh yeah, look at that. I can shift it over. The inside of this case, my friends, the inside of this case. I don't know if he was gaming in like a desert, or like maybe he was gaming next to like some sort of archaeological dig or something, but it literally looks like he's got like dust from a field, like dirt in there. Like that doesn't even look like normal house dust. Like it looks like this thing was like, was he like maybe gaming on the back of like a tractor or something while plowing? Yeah, Charizard's fault. It all comes back to Charizard. This stream is also brought to you by Charizard. Yes, it is the Charizard market roast. How do you know? How do you think the roast got roasted? Right, Charizard, obviously. But yeah, this is a real dusty rig, and I have no idea how it got this dusty in there. Like where this guy had it stored, and it like literally it have you no shame? Just use some air in there. Yeah, it's a 3090, so it's a good price. $1,200 for a 3090 Strix is a good price, right? This is great. Works perfect. Currently in my gaming PC with a jumble of wires. Yes, there's definitely a jumble of wires in there. It looks like Cash might have been responsible for the cable management on this one. But yeah. No, it can't be an old machine. It looks like a pretty new machine. And I'm just so surprised with how dusty this new machine is. You know? Can see it running and run benchmarks. All right. Can't see it running benchmarks here, but, you know. Wait, he also games a lot, apparently. How do you get this dusty while using? I know. Yeah. Why I'm selling it? It will be obvious when you come see the card. I'm selling almost everything in my house because of a dust storm that whipped through it. No, he doesn't say that. I'm going to be moving to somewhere with less dust, and my PC is too big for portability. It has too much dust in it, and I can't carry it. It's already sold in a Lian Li 011 XL case. Quitting gaming. Can't control myself, so I'm dumping my system. Well, he's quitting cold turkey, and you can help him become a better person by buying this $1,200 3090 Strix. This is not some weird scam. It's a normal scam. All right? As people keep accusing me, it's just a great deal. I paid $2,700 for the card in February 2021. Well, it is from 2021. So it is kind of old, I guess. Well, he found Charizard, right? And so he doesn't need his rig anymore because he's got him. Because you don't game when you have Charizard, right? He found the Charizard to give to the guy that had the bent CPU so he can leave the dig now. It's true. Actually, he might have been using the fans to clear the dust off of the bones in the dig. Oh, man. Excuse me, guys. Woo. If this is like my last stream, it is all connected. Just wait until we find out with Vecna. You can tell he's using it as a vacuum. He's got like what looks to be a this looks like a 90 mil or maybe an 80 mil fan, and then a 120 just sort of sitting here on the back plate. This thing has probably been mined since February 2021. So selling it for $1,200 does kind of make sense. You know, I wouldn't think he's scamming because he probably did mine and get his investment back on this completely. So selling it for $1,200 I don't think is unrealistic. So I will agree with him. It's not some weird scam. But dude, come on. Clean your PC. Like, just take the 20 seconds to just, you know, blow it out with even just like some compressed air or something, man. Like, come on. Come on. Have you no shame, man? Have you no shame? All right. Off to the next one. Here's a good one. This guy wants $950 for an RTX 2080 Ti. Not only can you get one of these from EVGA now for like $500 US. Well, it doesn't matter if he gets dust from that build everywhere. He's moving, right? So, and when you come and get it, you'll see why he's moving, because it's all the dust that he's already cleaned out of it. But yeah, I was like, hi there. 3080 is available for cheaper than this at the Canada Computers. You know, this guy offered 500. It's like, hey, that's fine. I'd rather keep it. I know the pricing sounds like maybe you should just get the 3080. It's like, yeah, buddy. Sounds like maybe your 950 is not going to sell. Yeah, 950 for a 2080 Ti. No. They're back down to where they should be in price in 2020, but it's 2022, so you're already 2 years 2 years older than it should be. So yeah, 950 for a 2080 Ti, I think you're dreaming, man. especially when you can get a 3080, which destroys a 2080 Ti in everything, for basically the same price, brand new. Like I said, 880 before tax. So from Canada Computers. So like you're like 880 times what? 1.13. Yeah, 994. So sorry, $44 more, and you get a brand new 3080 from Canada Computers with a warranty and everything. This thing guaranteed does not have a warranty because he didn't buy it new within the last 3 years. Let me do my calculations here. He might have bought it new in the last 3 years. Sorry. Correction. But there's maybe 1 year left at best on this in warranty. If it's a refurb, like a B stock from EVGA, there's no warranty. So I'm doubtful. But yeah, $950 for a 2080 Ti, nah. You gotta have it at least. 2080 Ti's should really be priced around 3070s because that's where their performance is. And also you got to factor in the fact that the 2080 Ti is an older card as well. So I would say the most you should pay for a 2080 Ti right now is like 3070 before tax. So I would say that. I wouldn't pay that for a 2080. No way. Oh, here's a great one. So 3080 non-LHR. It's another full hash rate. Here, spin it. So they're not that rare. So there's another one right here. And this one's actually $1,400. And you get the joy of knowing that you own a Zotac, which is super fulfilling. And you just know that as soon as you call them on the phone for a problem, they're going to straight up hang up on you and not talk to you ever again. This one actually makes me laugh a bit, right? It's like, hi, I'm selling my Zotac Amp Hollow RTX 3080 Rev A1 non-LHR card. Sweet thing about this card is that I only gamed with it. I just learned that it is an LHR card since I bought it in 2020. Really? You just learned? Isn't that fortunate for all of us, right? That he just learned right now. That's just beautiful, right? That's just beautiful. So, selling to non-LHR price to buy a 3090 later for streaming in 4K. What does he want to stream in 4K? You don't need a 3090 to stream Netflix in 4K, buddy. All right? Tested for 5 minutes on NiceHash and got 85 mega hash per second at low settings. Don't hesitate to contact me for more information. I don't know. People who watch 4K streams are too rich for my blood. They definitely don't watch my streams. Number one, they probably don't know about my streams. And number two, my streams are in 1080. So I think they mean like they want to game at 4K and stream at the same time. So that's my guess. I just think it's so funny though. He's talking about how it's never been mined on. It's like let's look a little closer at his picture here. Let's see. Is there any? Sometimes like people will be like no mining, and then like in the background of their pictures, you'll see like a riser with like power cables going to it. And it's like, dude, I see the mining setup in the background. Yeah, he's definitely mined with it. There's no way he's learned that it's a non-LHR card now. And he bought it in 2020. Yeah, sure, buddy. Selling to non-LHR price to buy a 3090 later for streaming in 4K. Yeah, don't think so, buddy. Because number one, 3090s were sitting on the shelves 2021 August. If you wanted to actually do this thing, you probably could have just sold this and bought a 3090. But you are selling probably one of many mining GPUs. And yeah, tested for 5 minutes on NiceHash. It's like you just found out that it's an LA. Oh, he just said that he learned that it is an LHR card. Probably means to say it's a non-LHR card. But yeah, there's no way you find out about that now, and then you test it on NiceHash to mine with it. How did you learn that it's a non-LHR card unless you're mining with it? I just don't even understand that. Yeah, you could find MSRP 3090s in August 2021. Easy. I walked into Best Buy and bought one. 3090 FE. Bought it off the shelf. And they had a few more sitting on the shelf. And that was... I remember I had a cold in the end of July 2021. I was feeling sick and I was like worried it would be COVID. So I went and I got tested and I saw that it was in stock as I started feeling sick. I went and got tested, waited for my results, and then went to the store once I got a negative result. And there were still ones there sitting on the shelf. It wasn't like I had to rush or like try and get there. It just wasn't listed on their site. And I could walk in and get it. So, yeah. You're selling it to a non-LHR price to buy a 3090 later for streaming? I don't think so. I don't even buy that. So, yeah, if you wanted a 3090, you could have gotten one and you could have sold this and gotten a 3090 way back then. Yeah, just learn that it's an LHR card. What, you just learned that you bought it in 2020? I don't think so. Yeah. Don't buy it. Just the fact that he's like spouting nonsense in this ad, I would not trust a single thing they say. Yeah, and here's a 3080 Ti, right? This 3080 Ti of that same card is 1440 from Newegg, and this guy wants 1400 for the 3080 version. And those are both there's no hash rate limiter on everything except for 3050s and 3080 12 gig cards. And those still don't matter because really end of August, there's a high chance that they're going to be, there's a high chance that mining is going to stop end of August. So like mining performance of these cards is like such a small, like there's like maybe like a small population of people out there that are like doubling down and buying cards and, expanding their mining operation with these cards, but they're not paying extra. This one's kind of funny. Yeah. Brand new MSI Gaming GeForce RTX 2060 Super without a box. Who has a brand new card with no box? Unless you bought maybe a pre-built. Like, that's the only thing that I can think of. But still, why is there oil on your fan blades? Look at these little shiny bits here. Huh? Why is there oil on your fan blades, buddy? And if this was brand new, there'd be little pieces of that protective film on these. Yeah, you already peeled the stuff off. Or did he? Is that stuff still on here? Maybe. But still, I'm suspicious. Brand new. It's always funny because it's like brand new. This card from 2020. Early 2020. Brand new. Without box. Yeah. And 750. All right. 750 for this card. Which again, I wouldn't even pay 750 for that 2080 Ti. Let alone a 2060 Super. And let alone this model. These MSI ones are like literally the worst models out there. They are the worst coolers. These are like the MSI Armor. I'm not sure what they were called before. It's not oil, it's tears from the shortage being over. They're cooling tears that have helped it keep low temperatures. I just always find it funny when they're like, it's brand new. It's like, dude, it's a brand new card from 2020, probably 2019. Wait, did they have supers in 2019? Or it's other bodily fluid that shall not be named. Yes. Like sweat. We won't talk about it. This one was a good one. Right? I love this. So this guy's listing a 2080 Ti for $750. Oh wait, that looks like a good price for a 2080 Ti, right? Down from $2,500, so you know it's a good deal. All right. I know I just talked about it. All right, give me a break. Colleagues said they had upgraded their PC and I was able to own one of these, but based on my timeline, I haven't been able to build a PC to pop this in. Figure someone can make use of it better than me. Thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone can make better use of it, but guess what? This is not a 2080 Ti. Look at it. Look at those two dual DVI display outputs right there. That's your first clue that this is not a 2080 Ti. This is, in fact, a 980. Like that first one, the guy's trying to sell for $300, which I said is not even worth $300. Maybe $150. Maybe. So this card here is actually probably worth about $150. Probably less. See, though, in the background, you've got the box. And you know what? Who knows? Maybe the colleague gave them this 980 in a 2080 Ti box. Because it does look like the box here. Right? Yeah, the card does not line up with the foam. It does not fit in there properly. It's like... no suspicion, though. It's legit. Don't worry. It's good. It's good. Yeah. But that card does not belong in there. Just like this 2080 Ti does not belong here. We did some research and we found out that, yeah, it's in fact a 980. So I really hope nobody buys this one. If you see this, please do not buy it for your sake. I feel bad for this guy if he bought it from a colleague. And it was, something expensive. I feel bad for him if he did that. I hope he didn't. But, yeah, not a good one. I can't believe, I really hope that nobody buys this. Yeah, I hope somebody would be able to tell it doesn't fit properly. But you know what? Sometimes that's not what people are looking at, right? Sometimes they're looking for, physical damage or something with it. But I don't know. You would hope they would think though and look at it. We can see these things now because we're looking at it but when the person's there and you're looking at it and you feel the pressure of their eyes on you and you're like, stop looking at me, man. And they're looking over your shoulder like, hey, does that look good? Huh? You want to buy it? Come on. I gotta go get some Cheetos. They might make some excuse. The vacuum shrunk the foam. It's cold outside. That's why the foam is small. I don't know. This ad here is a good one. I love this ad. I don't know if you can see, but I've got a little title here that I give to each picture, and this one is Charizard bit some of the foam off. Obviously, oops, I did it again. So brand new and unopened graphics cards, 3060 and 3070 Ti Master. So the funniest thing with this is, so he's got 1 GB Aorus 3070 Ti Master, 1 GB RTX 3080. Oh, another one. Exact same card. Is that one is open and one is unopened, and both of the 3060s are opened. So the funniest thing about this is all new, never used, made a mistake when buying them, can't return them, did not fit my case. It's like, yeah, none of them fit your case, huh, buddy? Number one, these 3060s from EVGA are tiny. And yeah, 3 of them are opened. It's like, yes, I bought 2 3060s and I opened both of them just to make sure they weren't made differently and to try them out. It's like, yeah, pretty sure you are a scalper. 99% sure. Either you're a scalper or you are a miner who bought and is looking at losing money, because those 3070 Ti's are not worth $1,000. Not even brand new, my friend. Again, for under $1,000, you can get that Gigabyte Vision 3080, which is a beautiful card. Looks great, performs well, has an excellent performing cooler, has a 4-year warranty, has 2 HDMI 2.0s plus a bunch of display ports on it, has much better everything than these guys. And it's a 3080. And yeah, I wouldn't pay $1,000 for those. Yeah, 550. None of them are 550. Or maybe he's reduced the price on the 3060s to 550. But again, it's like you can't, if somebody's saying that, you know, like, why do you make this like story here? Like this kind of ridiculous story, like all never used, made a mistake when buying them, can't return them. What, you open them without reading the Best Buy return policy? Oops. Did not fit my case. So you bought another the same one, and it still didn't fit your case. And then you bought 2 others that are much smaller, and neither of those fit your case. If a 3060 from EVGA is not fitting your case, those are little like dual fan cards. If those don't fit your case, like, what kind of tiny case do you have? Like, those will fit almost every case out there, except for like an exclusive few ITX cases. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, just say, yeah, I was gonna mine with them, want to get rid of them now, here's my price. Like, why like try and make up a story about it not fitting your case? Like, come on. You know, like, I had a mining rig and these were on my mining rig. You know, they got all 4 at once by accident. They tried to add a 3050 to the cart, but accidentally got 2 3060s and 2 3070s. Yeah, like, don't say anything. Just say they're for sale. And then if somebody asks if you've mined on them, be honest and tell them that you've mined on them. They're like, you know, like, even now, like 3060s used for 650, probably not going to happen, man. Definitely not $1,000 for those 3070 Ti's. It's funny how he wants $50 for the unopened one. $50 more for the unopened one. It's like breaking that seal costs $50. It's like, loses $50 as soon as you take it off the lot. This other one, 0 kilometers. Brand new. The owner was too fat to fit inside. Couldn't drive it. I know. Really, he should have done is just bent the side of his case so he could fit it in there. Right? Kids these days, man, I tell you. Yeah, this one just got me. It's like, this one didn't fit, so I bought another one just in case it was a mistake from Gigabyte. This one didn't fit, so I bought another one just in case it was a mistake from EVGA. These silly card manufacturers, they make all of these cards the same. Huh. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? But yeah, nah, I wouldn't get that. Wait, your last... What did you say in the chat? I didn't even see it. Did you swear in my chat? Use the church version. Like butthole. Or melon farmer. Or heck. What was the swir? But yeah, I seriously cannot believe it. And also too, you know that behind these closet doors is definitely his mining rig. Right? You just know that. Alright, we're gonna go to the next one. These are gonna get, I think there's a couple more that we've got, and they get even better. So we go to the next one. Oh, this one's not that great, but nothing spectacular about this. It's just super overpriced. Ah. Go nail with threads on the shaft. Ah, yeah. Nail with threads on the shaft. That's great. That's the funniest way I've ever heard someone describe a screw. That's excellent. I'm going to start describing them like that from now on. I'm going to go to Home Depot. It's like, hey, Home Depot, do you guys have any of those nails with screws on the shaft? Or nails with threads on the shaft? I might get a bolt. You never know. They might give me a bolt instead of a screw. You got to be careful. But yeah, this one is just delusion. $900 for a 6700 XT. Like, you're crazy, man. Again, $900 and you can get a 3080. Like, easy. And a 6700 XT, that's like, what? Like, between a 3060 Ti? It's Quebec bucks, yeah. Don't get to know? Oui. Don't Quebec? C'est vrai. Yeah, this guy's ridiculous though. 900. I think he still thinks it's 2021 here, this guy. He's like, it's 2021, or he's like, Strix Gang, come on, man. It's got RGB and it's got ROG. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, Strix Gang, come on. But yeah, definitely not worth it. I wouldn't pay. Oh man, I just sold a 6800 for $600, which is a decent price. And you know, a 6700 XT for 900 is ridiculous. Yeah, maybe they really like birds. Yeah, the bird. Or is that a bird? I don't know. Is that what the thing is with the ROG? I don't know. I always thought it was like an Egyptian god eye or something. This one was pretty funny. So this person is scalping Starlink. $10,000 for a Starlink internet. And it's like, yeah, buddy, I don't know. But the funniest thing is that I don't know if this, I think this guy might have posted this after the Rogers Strixes are birds? I did not even know that. I think this might be a meme, this one. But this is pretty funny. Rogers is the only joke here. And that kind of makes me laugh a lot. And so I'm pretty sure they're joking, because nobody would really pay $10,000 for Starlink. Well, unless they got burned hard by Rogers and they are like, screw you, Rogers. Although $10,000, that's like what, 1 year with Rogers, right? That's what their rates are kind of like. Or is that Bell? I don't know. They're kind of the same, right? Bell, Rogers, TELUS, whatever. They're like, TELUS, yeah, we're gonna rob you. Yeah. But this one here. No, every ISP is the same. They all are out for blood. Oh, this is the one that other 3080 was out for. So this 3080 is available brand new from Newegg for $1,440. And this person here is trying to sell it for $1,800. And it's like, all right, if you're like, I don't know, LeBron James and you've signed it, or like Drake and you've signed it, you know, and finder's fee, nah. Unless it's an LHR 3080 Ti, those are super rare. Yeah, they do know what they have, and that is delusions of grandeur that they can sell this card. It's a good deal though. You're saving $425 because they knocked it down from 2200. And what I'm hoping most of these guys are scalpers struggling to sell. I really hope it's not like miners that have like bought from scalpers and are trying to sell. Actually, you know what? No, I take that back. Anybody who bought scalped cards, you deserve it. Sorry. You deserve to lose the money. You supported a scalper, and you helped that scalper scalp other cards by buying a scalp card from them. So you're part of the you're part of the cycle. You're part of the problem. I don't have any pity for you. I'm sorry. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. Or as they say in America, hashtag sorry, not sorry. Let's go to the next one, shall we? This one. I like this one. The key thing for this one is used like new. That's the key thing to be looking at here. And then if you look right around here, you notice something. These pins are a nice grid here, you know, nice grid array. A nice L grid array. Except there's some dark spots right here and here. And that, my friends, is a sign of bent pins. Maybe this is where that that 1800X came from. This guy bought the Z690 Oris and tried to put the 1800X in there. Tried to put the PGA and the LGA, and now he's got a big DOA. So yeah, used like new. Like used like broken and not gonna work for you. Guaranteed. It's definitely not like new, because you know what? Unless this was new from Newegg, I don't think those pins were bent. But new from Newegg, pins might have been bent. Just ask Steve from Gamers Nexus. He told me they come bent, so I trust him. But it is a nice board, but it's kind of useless when you got those pins bent. Actually, you know what? It's not that great of a board. No offense. Sorry, gigabyters over there. This one's not that great. I don't like it. I'm going to start sounding like Buildzoid. I'm going to start talking about it. Well, you know, over here, I don't really like that. There's some power connectors here that I don't like. They're all not very good. They don't handle power very well. And they start on fire when you plug your cords in, which I consider a bad thing. I think, too, we should look at how the RAM fits in, and it doesn't, because it's all broken. That's my my imitation of Buildzoid. If this ever gets big and he sees this, I love you, Buildzoid. Don't take it personally. But yeah, used like new? I don't think so. There's some bent pins in there, and this baby is probably not going to work for you. Very good chance it's not going to work for you. And we're getting up on the very last one, and I know because this very last one, I saved the best for last, in my opinion. And I really think we should. Yeah, we'll go. I was gonna click on this, but that's not gonna get us there. Let me just quickly get this thing here. Mm-hmm. Oh, there, I see your thing that you put spinning. Here's a GPU for sale. Go screw yourself. That's awesome. But yeah. Yeah, no one would buy Intel motherboards, not even at MSRP. My goodness. Speaking of Intel motherboards, here's another great one. This guy here is an Intel CPU i5 64K. All right, this is 64,000. I don't even know what this is. No, I do know what it is. It's 6400, but for some reason they put 64K. The absolute best part of this, though, right? Okay, used like new. All right. Guarantee you didn't boot this beast up like that. 100 times, I guarantee you that. And I'll tell you why. Because your CPU is in upside down. All right? It is in upside down. Look at this. The CPU is in upside down. There should be a little triangle, little golden triangle that lines up with this triangle right here. And you know where that triangle is? It's over here on the corner of the CPU. All right? It's not here. And you can see pins. Why can you see pins with the CPU installed? And look, you see the Asus? This right here is that top PCIe slot. Guess what? You don't read the CPU upside down. And so he's got the CPU in here. And who knows how many pins he's smushed, crushed, or messed up. But this thing guaranteed has never booted with the CPU in it. I was thinking the person might be from Australia, but there would be a C word somewhere on the board if they were from Australia. Guaranteed. It just has to be there. It's an Australia thing. But at least he's listing it for $60. All right? So, most likely, your motherboard is garbage. But you might be able to get the 6400. The K stands... Nice. They don't spell it with a K. But, you know what? Who knows? Maybe it's German Australians. They would spell it with a K, I bet. It's those Germans. But yeah. So, the funniest thing about this, right, is the guy that's in the Discord who posted this. I was like, dude, why is that CPU upside down? He's like, I tried to tell him. And his friend, he was like, my friend says this is how it's supposed to be. Maybe his friend is Australian. So that's my guess, is that his friend is Australian and he thinks that the CPU is in right side up. A little builder's tip out there for all you people out there who are building PCs. If you're using an Intel chip, there's a little triangle. I forget where if it's on there for the AMD one as well. But it is an Australian-German collaboration. I think that's where some of the Germans went after the war. No, they all went to South America. Who am I kidding? Brazil and Argentina. That's where they all went. On a big old submarine with a mustache on the front. Yeah. But, yeah, this upside-down CPU. Do not put your CPU in like this. The letters on your CPU should probably align with the letters on your board. Not these letters, these letters. You know where it says Asus? It's not a SUSE board, all right? Or a SASV, all right? I've never heard of a SASV board before. Okay? Yeah, put it with the pins facing up. Oh, man. Yeah, put it with the pins facing up. Oh man, I wish we would have gotten more pictures of this, because I would have loved to see more pictures of this and like what this person was thinking. Because yeah, that guaranteed those pins are just mashed, and I'm surprised that the CPU is like sitting in there. Like I think part of it is probably riding up over back here, and who knows? This looks a little bit. Is this like a little bit bent here maybe? I don't know. What do you think? Does that look a little bit bent where that bracket is on there? This definitely looks like it's flexing like crazy. But he's probably just mashed the crap out of everything underneath there. Like, just absolutely mashed it. Or who knows, maybe the PCB here is like riding on top of these little guides. Because there's little notches, right? And this plastic piece here should be riding in a notch, which exists down here. But opening that thing up will be a disaster. And whoever buys this, oh, heaven help you. Yeah, the clicking sound. You know what? Okay, I will stop you there though, because like I've built with Intel CPUs before, and they do make a crunching sound sometimes when you're putting them in, and it's terrifying. Like, not when you're putting them in, like you set them in the socket, and when you're like latching this thing down, this spring-loaded arm, it makes like a crunching sound, and it was absolutely terrifying when I did it. I was like, did I just break everything? No, it sounds like that. It sounds like that when you put the CPU in and you get like a little crunch as you're like lowering this lever down. I'll tell you this much. Building with an AMD with the PGA is a lot less disturbing than Intel with the LGA. And I bet you people who have been only building like AMD, and if they buy these new AMDs, they will also hear the crunch when they put it on, and they will think they've broken it. Guaranteed there will be people who have not, like, there is a little bit of a crunch. And maybe I'm just like listening too carefully for it, and people are like, that's not a crunch. It sounds like a crunch to me. It all works after I've done it, and I've taken them out and looked at them after doing it, and it's been fine. But yeah. Yeah, snap, crackle, pop. But you know what is funny though? I have a 6100, an i3 6100, and an i7 6700. So similar ones from this generation. And I had an 8700K, and I wanted to delid my 8700K and bring down the temperatures. And so what I did is I got a delidding tool. It was like some cheap 3D printed delidding tool, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and delid the i3, because if I delid the i3, I'm like out like $100. If I delid the i7 8700K, that's a lot more money. In the back of my mind, I was like, maybe I could just get a 9900K then. But so I went to delid the if I went to delid the i3, and I don't know what happened, but the PCB of the CPU was not sitting firmly in the little depression where it was supposed to rest, and I went to push, and it was like one of those sort of pushing ones, so you have like a shear action happening that, you know, pushes the IHS, and another portion, you know, the PCB sort of sits in. And I was like twisting, nothing was happening. I'm twisting, and all of a sudden I hear a crack, and I'm like, oh, that's the thing coming off. I chipped the PCB on the i3, and it was like the most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life. And I was just like, oh, I killed it. And lo and behold, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go through with delidding it. I got the top off, and I bought a proper delidding tool, and I went about it again, and I delidded it properly, and I put some liquid metal in there, and I put it back together, and I'm like, all right, you know, I'm going to try it, see if it works. And hopefully it works, you know, because still like half of like the contact pad was still there on the PCB. And yeah, I got the top off, put it in, and it boots fine. It runs fine. I was really surprised. and it was like one of those edge ones, and I think the edge ones are less critical than the more middle ones, but I know there's some ones that are super critical and some are just like redundant for like power delivery, and some aren't even used on the i3 just because it doesn't have, you know, all that power going to it. Yeah, got the top off, put it in, it all worked out well. Yep. Sounds like a Barney Stinson date or something. But yeah, but yeah, this thing, yeah, I would love to see this guy boot this up. I would love to. But yeah, this was the last one. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't get the top off. It's true. Put in a lot of effort. Broke something. But thankfully it wasn't the end of the story. Yeah. Got really nervous when it wasn't working. You got it. But thankfully I got a proper delidding tool just in time to do my 8700K. And then after that, everything was soldered. And I was like, ah, crap. And you can technically delid these soldered CPUs, but you have to like hit it with like a heat gun and heat it up to a certain amount, and it's risky. I've got a friend of mine who tried to delid a 12900 KS and broke it, so I was like, yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. But he did. So, yeah. I think as we continue to gather more ads like this, I think there always will be ads like this. Maybe these like crazy scalper ads, you know, like I'm trying to get rid of my mining stuff. I'm trying to sell an old card as a new card. I'm trying to sell this old card for the price of a new card. I'm pretending I don't know anything, but really I've been doing this all along. I've been mining at a archaeological dig. I bent a couple pins. I'm living in delusion. I have no clue what I'm doing. You know, all these people. There will always be people like this on Marketplace. Yeah, I really don't understand the amount of dust in that. Like, it really looks like, you know, like, what were you doing with this? Like, were you using this as your vacuum? He's got air coming out here. I'm assuming he's exhausting at the top. And are these intake or exhaust? Those might be intake. But if those are exhaust as well, then it definitely is working as a vacuum. But yeah, I just find it so funny. But yeah, this guy, I would say he's not that bad. But no, he's got some right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaust. And are these guys intake or exhaust? Yeah, he doesn't have the cover on, but the cover on the front is glass on these cases. He might have some along the bottom that we don't see as well. I think there's room for 3 fans on the bottom of these. But yeah. It's 7 exhaust. Exactly. That's how all that dust got in there. He's got like an inlet on the side, and it's just pulling all that air in through that inlet, and it's just dust. But yeah. But that'll do, I think, for tonight. Thank you, Spinit, for hanging out and chilling on the stream. Yeah, you wouldn't need a Roomba. Although this, you would need to move it around somehow. But I want to say thank you for sticking around. Well, people have been figuring out how to turn their GPUs into heaters since there was mining. But yeah, it's been a good time going through these ads. If you guys see any other ones, please do feel free to share them. You can share some in the comments section if you're not in the Discord. And if you are in the Discord, continue to populate that roast section every once in a while if there's some really good ones. I'll be sure to do another stream like this, with fake sponsors, um, and we can until I'm big enough to get real sponsors. But I'm not a real boy, so I will wait until that time, and then I will be more serious. But at this point, ain't nothing. Hey, Fruit of Palm. I didn't show the pictures of roasts. It's true. Wade Shadow Wedgins for the win. I didn't show pictures of the roast, but I do have a picture of a roast. And it's actually not really a roast. I think it's a brisk. Actually, no, it is a roast. It's a ribeye roast. And it's from Pork Slut Barbecue, which is kind of funny because it is a beef roast, but they make some good stuff. And they've got a funny name. So I stole their picture. I hope they don't do a copyright strike against me. I know the person who does it, so I'm pretty sure they won't, but fingers crossed they won't. Give him a follow on the Insta. It's got some good pictures of his meat. So be sure to follow. And post some stuff encouraging him to post some new stuff, because he hasn't posted stuff since for a while. Exactly. If I get too close to that PC, it will melt my frosted tips. You are correct. And I don't want that to happen. All right. These frosted tips cost me a lot of money. All right. Lots of money. All right. They costed me like non-LHR 3080 money. All right. Big money. So. My wife just opened a pop and she's just like trying to do it sneakily. It's all right, babe. She was like, it was so loud. I don't think you guys heard it, but it was like loud, and I was like, oh. It was funny though. But yes, that is gonna do it for tonight. No pictures of roasts this time, but feel free to add some more roasts in there. You guys heard it? Nice. It's all right. Make sure you send her your love by liking and subscribing to my videos. Thank you for the 2 likes that are on there. I do appreciate it. I'm pretty sure that's from you Spinna and you Fruit of Palm, and I appreciate you guys hanging out. Spinna especially for keeping the chat lively. It would be super boring if it wasn't. If it was just me talking, so I really appreciate that. All right, guys. I'm going to call it a night, and I'm going to say thanks again. Like, share. You're going to share it? Oh, you're the best. Thank you for sharing it. You're a gold tier for a reason, all right? The main reason is because you bought my wife's artwork, but you good. You shared it in my own Discord. Hey, share's a share, though. I appreciate it. I love it. All right, you guys. Have a great night. I might not be doing a gaming one this Friday, but I will be doing another stream on Monday next week for sure. This Friday might be a little bit tough. If I can get the server back to right before Blood Moon, we might do another one. But yeah, things have been getting a little crazy lately, so we might have to slow down on that a little bit. But yes, I'm going to try and get a Friday one back up and going. But I'm going to, in the meantime, my priority is going to be the Monday ones. And yeah, I'll see you guys at least next Monday. Not sure exactly what I'm going to be doing then. Probably going to be talking about, there's rumors that NVIDIA is going to be delaying the launch of the 4000 series. So stay tuned for that. We're going to chit chat a little bit about what they're thinking maybe, and why they would or why they wouldn't. I know my man Lith has been talking a lot about you know, they're not going to be doing stuff and this and that, and we'll talk about some rumors and things. So join us for that. That'll be fun. Who knows, Spinny, if you do another like weird sponsor thing, I'll read it. As long as it's G-rated, I'll read it. You know? So, but yeah. Thanks again, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. All right. Farewell.